Hey everyone, welcome to this Profiling Evil rapid update on the Suzanne Morphew murder case. Well, if you think back just a few days ago on May 24th, Judge Murphy issued an order regarding expanded media requests and recording broadcasting of the hearings. In his order, the judge remarked that his office has received numerous requests for expanded media coverage. Profiling Evil submitted one of those requests, citing Chapter 38, Rule 3 of the Colorado Supreme Court rules, which states the court can authorize such rebroadcast. It just seemed to me that with COVID, it really warranted the request. Well, nonetheless, the court issued the following comment, quote, "Notwithstanding an authorization to conduct expanded media coverage of the proceeding, there shall be no expanded media coverage of pretrial hearings in criminal cases, except advisements and arraignments," close quote. So the judge goes on and says that today's hearing is neither an advisement nor an arraignment. Therefore, the request for the expanded media coverage is just flat out denied. You know, we've become accustomed to being able to watch many of these court proceedings across the country over the past year, and it's disappointing, but not unexpected. The judge stated that the court will continue to utilize video conferencing in the case until the public is allowed back into the courthouse. Think about this case. The Suzanne Morphew case has garnered so much national and international attention that I'm going to be really surprised if there are many seats that are available for the public. And keep in mind, it's also a kind of a small courthouse. Now, all of that could change if there's a change of venue. We'll talk more about that later. Anyway, the court tipped its hand last week when it indicated that one camera is going to be authorized in the courtroom. I suspect that everyone will have to live off of that camera's feed, and how that will work, I'm unsure. Courts have a real important responsibility to balance often competing rights. First and foremost, the right of the defendant to a fair trial is the highest priority of the courts. No right ranks higher than the right of the accused to a fair trial. That might be troubling to some of you, but the court must also take great care to grant public access to criminal proceedings and provide a forum for the families of the victim to be heard when relevant. This is critical at all stages of the criminal justice process. The court reminds us that the media in general and the rights of the press to access criminal proceedings are no greater than those of any other member of the public, you and me. It's been a whirlwind couple of weeks in the true crime community. This arrest affidavit alone is over 100 pages long. It's going to take some time to digest it and work through it.
Now we're down in Chaffee County. We were expecting a judge to release the arrest records for accused killer Barry Morphew. Under arrest facing murder charges, his wife Suzanne went missing last Mother's Day and presumed to have been killed. CBS 4's Jamie Leary has been following the case longer than a year. So, Jamie, what did happen in court today?
Well, we were hoping the judge would make a decision on that affidavit, but he has opted to wait, possibly even hold another hearing to make a decision on this. Of course, the defense team wants to keep this affidavit sealed. The prosecution has filed a motion to do just the opposite. In court today, this was the first time that Barry Morphew sat next to his new defense team, their team that's known for high-profile criminal cases. And while today was just a status conference, it was very telling. Barry Morphew appeared as he did at the beginning of the month, shackled, sitting quietly in the courtroom. Among the numerous motions discussed today, there were concerns from Morphew's defense team that they had not received any of the discovery in this case. That includes more than 10,000 pages of police reports, along with a number of search warrants. His defense team said getting this information as soon as possible is critical when it comes to getting their client released from jail. Of course, that is their main goal. The judge ordered that all of discovery be made available to Morphew's defense team by this Wednesday. Now, clearly, a ton of evidence to be presented in this case, and the affidavit alone, we know, is more than 100 pages long. And while there is no body yet in this case, the district attorney's office told me today that they believe they have a strong enough case to prosecute Barry Morphew. He is due back in court on August 9th. At that time, the judge will decide if there is enough evidence to proceed to trial, which was likely the case. So we'll continue to follow the story. We're live in Chaffee County. Jamie Leary, CBS 4 Mountain Newsroom.
So go enjoy the Memorial Day weekend, and while you reflect on the ultimate sacrifice that's been made by the fallen members of our military, please remember that they fought and they died in defense of the very liberties that this court is protecting. If you can, include Suzanne Morphew in your thoughts on this important weekend. And hey, make sure you're hitting subscribe and like and ringing the bell so that you get notifications on broadcasts like this and others that we put out. And thanks so much for supporting Profiling Evil.